Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a very special TBR. For the month of September, I decided I am going to set myself an award-winning challenge, and if you are interested, I encourage you to do the same. The award-winning challenge is where you challenge yourself to read as many winners of a particular award as possible. For instance, someone like Kim from our show would challenge herself to read as many Newbery Award winners as possible, which she reads about 100 of them in a year. But if you wanted to challenge yourself to read as many Man Booker Award winners as you can in a month, that would be something that proves to be quite interesting. For me, I decided that I'm going to see how many Nobel Prize winners I can read in a month. And when I mean Nobel Prize winners, I don't only mean Nobel Prize winners in literature. Most of them are going to be winners in the literature category, but I do have one Nobel Prize winner in the peace category. I had planned on doing 2 of them, but I have a pretty heavy month, and I have 2 buddy reads that are going to be taking place, and I want to be able to take care of those as well. Alrighty, let's get started. First thing that I'm going to pick up is The Silent Angel by Heinrich Boll, which I've been looking to get to something by Boll. He is a German writer, and a lot of what he has written takes place or was put together during the post-Second World War. So this has to do with German characters and their reaction to devastation on their behalf, because many of them, while they followed Nazism and the leadership of Adolf Hitler, they fought the same way that they fought in the way that they didn't necessarily hold a position on Hitler's beliefs. They didn't necessarily believe in the acts of the Holocaust or one master race. And in this case, we get the German side of the picture with the title character, Hans Schnitzler, and he's just returning home from war. He has a note from one of his fellow comrades who died in battle. He has a note for their widow. And he falls for someone else who lost her partner in the war. This explores a romantic relationship between 2 people in such a devastating time. And I'm really eager to see what comes out of this. I really like to read from a different perspectives, and I felt that after reading A Strangeness in My Mind, I got a lot out of... I learned a lot more about Turkey. It would be really interesting to learn about post-Second World War Germany from the point of view of a German soldier written by an up-and-coming German author. Boll won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1972. Next one is a bit more familiar, and it actually concentrates on the Holocaust and life during the Holocaust, and that is Night by Elie Wiesel. He recently passed away, but Wiesel, he goes down in history as being that voice for those that did not have the opportunity to tell their story. And Wiesel looked death right in the eyes. And we get a sense of that in this particular book. It is a non-fictional account, and it has to do with living in Eastern Europe. He was born in Transylvania, and he was imprisoned in Buchenwald, and many of his loved ones were killed. Wiesel happened to survive, and with that survival, he held that obligation to tell his story and the stories of so many others that were unable to tell theirs. Just to get back to The Silent Angel, this was translated by Breon Mitchell. Night, this version of Night was actually translated by Wiesel's wife, Marion. And I'm really intrigued to read it, and we may even be going over it on our show. We'll just have to see. I'm planning another session for December, but whether or not that takes place, we'll have to see. Next one Wiesel won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986. Next one is from the Nobel Prize Literature winner from 1955, and he is an Icelandic writer, Halldor Laxness, and his novel Independent People is what I'm going to be reading. This particular edition was translated from the Icelandic by J.A. Thompson, and it has to do with a sheep farmer who wants to break away from the threshold of the leading farmer and start his own farm. At the same time, he has a daughter that wants to break away from his control and start her own life, which it explores that reality of the trying to break away from that set authority at that time and eventually becoming your own boss, or as the title states, an independent person. I will be reading this as a buddy read with Janelle from the Page Turner. Janelle is just magnificent. I really get a lot out of her videos. She's very intelligent. She has so many thought-provoking contributions, and she just, whenever I watch her videos, I get so much out of them. I begin to critically think about what it is that she's presenting me, and I get so many good, knowledgeable selections. It makes me feel smarter, and I'm really excited to read this with her and discuss it. Next book I will be reading is another buddy read, and it is from the Nobel Prize Literature winner from 1999, and it is The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass, translated by Ralph Manheim. This particular story, Grass's most noteworthy, has to do with a it follows a dwarf by the name of Oscar Matzerath, and allegedly, according to one summary, it said that he chose to stop growing at the age of 3. He is stunted at 3 feet tall, and he is a drummer, which I think Charlie would get something out of this. While it would be something that would spark Charlie's attention, I'm not doing the buddy read with Charlie, but I am doing the buddy read with Graham from Mega Man Chief Fan. I'm really looking forward to doing this. Graham has a great deal of enthusiasm. He really reads some interesting books. We have very similar tastes as to what we like to read. And I'm really interested to see what he thinks about this and what I think about this. Grass is also a German author, and this particular novel set at the end of World War II. So, Oscar, the main character, endures the horrors that took place during this particular time. And this is definitely something I really want to get to, and I really want to explore more of what Grass has to offer. Someone that was highly influenced by Grass is John Irving, who really took inspiration from this particular novel when he wrote A Prayer for Owen Meany. Those are going to be the 4 novels that I read this month, and my goal, if I have time in between, is to read some poetry, because there have been some remarkable poets that have won the Nobel Prize in Literature. One of which that I want to begin is 5 Decades Poems, 1925 to 1970. This is the poetry of Pablo Neruda, and this particular edition was translated from the Spanish by Ben Belitt. And Neruda was a poet from Chile, and he won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1971. I've heard a lot of great things about him from fellow gladiators and from fellow booktubers, and I think it's about time that I pick up and read one of the 3 collections that I own of his. And something that I want to continue making my way through is Open Ground, which is the poetry of Seamus Heaney. Heaney is the Irish poet who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1995. Alrighty, these are my reading plans for this month. These really remarkable books. I hope you enjoyed this TBR, and hopefully you check out these books as well. I'm looking forward to checking them out for myself and sharing my thoughts with you. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me, from my fellow gladiators, and from group discussions with my fellow gladiators. Season 5 of our show will be premiering on Thursday, September 15th. And we will be having 3 discussions that week on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. After that week, we will be releasing new discussion videos every Friday. Thanks for tuning in, and keep reading.